Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this day may find you at. Welcome to the Front Porch. The Front Porch is presented to you by the Community Foundation of Greater Flint, the North Flint Neighborhood Action Council, along with Census 20. Complete your census. Your community needs it. It is exciting to have this opportunity to just come and invite you onto our front porch. And I am excited about today's conversation. And with that being said, I'd like to introduce y'all to my three illustrious co-hosts. And I'm gonna start with my first brother. Come on in, brother.
Hey, well, my name is Willie Smith. I represent Parkway, Pearson Hood, and I'm just, it's just a joy to be here with everyone and have you come out on the front porch and let's have this discussion.
All right, thank you, Willie.
Yes.
I'll jump in. Todd Womack, 48505, Bundy Street Dead End. Hail from Roy Wilkins Elementary School, Wilkins Rams. My mama said, y'all better not be making all that noise on our perch this week.
Amen, amen. Hey, y'all. My name is Sylvester Spanky Jones. I come to you from the Damon Street. Attended Dewey Elementary School on North Saginaw Street. And let me just tell you, my mama is kind of upset about the racket we was making last week on the porch, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Tell us about yourself, Patrick.
Hey, my name is Patrick McNeil, and I represent Pulaski Street and Pearson Hood to the death of me. It is grateful that I'm allowed to come on your front porch, and I'm here to let you know I didn't heard what can happen if we get caught again. So I'm gonna make sure that we keep our uproar to a nice dull one. So today we're gonna begin by entering into what we call our community proverb time. A community proverb has been told to us is the wisdom of the mothers and fathers and the ancients who came before us. And so we use these community proverbs to center our conversation as we talk about hindsight, insight, foresight, and what's right. And today's community proverb is coming from Sylvester Jones. Give it to us, Sylvester, so we can get this thing started.
Man, let me tell you, I had a really in-depth conversation with my mom this week. And we were just talking. I said, Mom, where do you get all these proverbs from? And she said that it's a combination of things. She said they were either shared with her, or she said based on her lived experience in the South, you know, she just began to develop things. It's the creative juices that you have when you live in a certain environment. And so our community proverb for today is I'm gonna say it's a rather creative one. And the proverb my mom would tell me when I would do certain things, she said, boy, the more I teach you, the dumber I get. She said, the more I teach you, the dumber I get.
It just go off in the universe, huh?
Yeah. And so I believe what my mother was telling me. I think it's important to say that my nickname is Spanky because it goes without saying I got a fair amount of spankings growing up. And I believe what my mom was telling me is that, you know, boy, I impart all this wisdom into you. I impart all of this information from lived experience, what I've learned from books and just what I've learned over the years, and you fail to apply it in your life. You fail to do what I would hope that you would do. So I believe when she said, the more I teach you, the dumber I get, she was saying, you know what, you're not doing what you should be doing. And I feel like that I'm failing myself when I try to teach you.
Mhm. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks before, but my son, he's about 25 now. And I remember him telling me, Dad, you know what? Sometimes you got to let me bump my head and learn for myself. And that hit me, that just stunned me because I never even thought about that concept, Because as a parent, you always want to your kids to do well and everything, and to take upon the experiences that you've had, so they don't have to knock their heads the same way that you did. And if you could keep them from doing it, it was all good. But when he told me that, I had to step back and let him do his thing, and he did bump his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got, Patrick? What you got?
So, the funny thing about this is that it would seem as if that the idea that I am not paying attention to what a lifetime of experience has given someone, and that I literally blow it off the moment that they tell me. And it's almost as if, Sylvester, your mom was trying to say the reason that she getting dumber is she wondering why she even telling you this stuff. Because at the end of the day, you seem to not pay attention to nothing. And I'm mindful of Mother Dorothy McNeil, maybe not using those exact words, but coming to that same level of frustration because, simply put, I was hard-headed.
Mm-hmm.
And this hard head of mine didn't allow me to receive certain information, even if that information was for the betterment of me and my family. Some of the things that we were being told were life-saving, y'all, and yet we didn't pay attention to them. Some of the things we were being told could change the trajectory of your life, and you wasn't paying attention to them. Literally, they might as well have to shut up, because at the end of the day, I wasn't going to pay them a lick of attention at that moment, because my mind was already made up with what I was going to do, because I thought I knew what was best for me at 9 years old.
Yes, sir.
I thought that I knew what was best for me, even though I have no lived experience. Matter of fact, I don't understand what a bill payment is. I don't understand what rent is. I don't understand what going to work and being underpaid and overworked is. I don't understand when you have to make choice between playing Peter, Paul, Mary, or none of them. I have no understanding of none of these things, but yet I believe that I knew better than the woman who birthed me and the father who participated in the process.
Yeah.
And so that's where I am right now. It's literally as if in those moments where those gems, where those pearls, where those things that literally could lift me up and help me out were being told, I paid little to zero attention. What you think about that, Todd?
Y'all know the sound of that, right? Hard head. Hard head make a what?
Soft
behind.
Come on, man. Y'all know the routine. Y'all know. If I had my belt, my dad would snap his belt, man. He'd double it up and snap it right. And he'd be talking to me. He's like, how many times I tell you to go to that church and not act a fool, right? You snap it in between, right? And like, that throw your attention off, right? I did my boys like that a couple of days ago. They're like, Daddy, you ain't got to do that, But I just think, man, I'm thinking like our parents, man, and this brother told me a long time ago, his name was Alfred, Coach Powell. He said, our job as adults is to help children save their lives, right? And so I think about just the desperation in Sylvester's mom proverb that she trying to save his life. You see what I'm saying? Because he ain't got no idea of what's around that bend, right?
There you go.
And then I think about, man, them sisters on a slave ship who would jump overboard or throw their babies overboard, right? And today we would say that's child abuse, right?
Right.
Within that context, they were like, I'd rather them be dead and go on to be with our Father than to be in this world experiencing the hell that I'm hearing about and I'm on my way to, right? So just think about the desperation in a group of people, right, who've been exploited and marginalized, right? And how they would discipline their children, right? What do they say? I brought you in this world, now do what?
Take you out.
You out.
I'll
Come
take
on,
you
man.
out.
Come on, man. So it all falls in line like they trying to save our lives.
Yeah. That's good stuff. You know, in hindsight, as I think about that, you know, there is this idea that once information is shared, that is lost, right? The more I teach you, the dumber I get, right? So when I give it to you, when I deposit it into you, it's lost. So as you increase, I think I decrease. When we really know that that's not the case, right? And so all of it is about sharing information, sharing experiences. And then as we become mature in our walk and in our talk, then even some of those things that we swore that we would never do or never say, we began to say and do those very same things because we know that those things helped us to become the people that we are today. Right. And so even though it's 4 men on this call as a part of this conversation, right? There's 4 of us who at some point somebody said, oh, that boy ain't gonna be nothing in his life. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna be nothing, you know, because we were all hard-headed. We were being boys, but in hindsight, we were just being who we were supposed to be. But by the grace of God, we still are allowed to be here today because while some may have given up on us, many others saw the potential, saw what God was trying to do, but also saw that we were just boys being boys.
You know, I like the way you said that, Sylvester, but the problem that this runs into is that Black boys don't get a chance to just be boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because depending